Welcome to the online lecture series of heat and mass transfer. Here is Professor Lakshman Mani. This is a video session on laws of heat transfer. In this session, you will be able to explain heat transfer rate, heat flux, and laws of heat transfer. Let us study basic terms in heat transfer. Heat, it is form of energy which is transferred from one system to another system across their boundaries due to temperature difference existing between the two systems. Heat transfer rate, the amount of heat transferred per unit time, is called heat transfer rate. Mathematically, Q is equal to integration 0 to T Q times dt. Unit of heat transfer rate is joule per second or watt. Heat flux, as shown in figure, the rate of heat transfer per unit area normal, means perpendicular to the direction of heat transfer, is called heat flux. It is given as small q, so it is ratio of capital Q, means heat transfer, to area, that is perpendicular area. Unit of heat flux is watt per meter square. Steady state, when temperature at any location within the system remains unchanged with respect to time, it is called steady state. Laws of heat transfer. There are three modes of heat transfer. So as per the type of mode, here are laws. For the conduction, Fourier's law. For the convection, Newton's law of cooling. And for radiation, Stefan-Boltzmann law. Fourier's law of heat conduction. The heat flux due to conduction in any direction is directly proportional to temperature gradient in that direction. So here in this diagram, Q by A means heat flux is shown in the direction of heat transfer. So Q by A is proportional with dt by dx. It can be written as Q by A is equal to minus K into dt by dx, or Q is equal to minus K into A into dt by dx, where Q is heat flow through body per unit time. Its unit is joule per second or watt. A means area, heat transfer area, which is perpendicular to the direction of heat transfer. dt by dx is a temperature gradient in x direction. That is equal to dt by dx means temperature difference. In this case, here final temperature minus initial temperature means T2 minus T1 divided by dx. dx is a dimension along the direction of heat transfer. K is the thermal conductivity of material. Its unit is watt per meter Kelvin or watt per meter degree Celsius. Here negative sign is for heat always flow from high temperature to low temperature. Thermal conductivity, it is property of material which indicate ability to conduct the heat. Assumptions of Fourier's law. Conduction of heat take place under steady state conditions. The heat flow is unidirectional, means heat transfer takes place in only one direction. Temperature gradient is constant, means ratio of dt by dx is a constant. There is no internal heat generation within the system. The boundary surfaces of the system are isothermal. The material is homogeneous and isotropic. Meaning of isotropic is value of thermal conductivity is constant in all directions. Effect of temperature on thermal conductivity. So we know that there are three states of material: solid, liquid and gases. So solids, in that again there are two types, metals and non-metals. In metals, conduction takes place due to lattice vibration as well as flow of free electrons. Hence, when temperature increases, the vibrating particles obstruct the flow of free electrons. Due to this, contribution to heat flow by free electron reduces. Thus, heat flow rate decreases. Hence, in case of metal, thermal conductivity is written as inversely proportional with temperature. Non-metals. In non-metals, conduction takes place due to lattice vibration only. So, when temperature increases, the particles vibrates with high frequency. In case of non-metals, thus number of collisions per unit time increases. Thus, heat flow increases. So, for non-metals, thermal conductivity is directly proportional to the temperature. In liquids, thermal conductivity is function of temperature. For most of liquid, thermal conductivity is inversely proportional with temperature. Water is exception. In case of gases, thermal conductivity is function of temperature and humidity, means moisture content. So in this case, thermal conductivity is directly proportional to the temperature. Here is a table in which values of thermal conductivity for different materials are given for the reference. Newton's law of cooling. In this diagram, here we see this is a heat transfer taking place perpendicular to this surface over which there is a fluid which is flowing. Temperature of surface is Ts and temperature of fluid is free stream, that is Tf. The condition is temperature of surface is greater than temperature of fluid. So Newton's law of cooling states that the rate of heat transfer due to convection is directly proportional to the surface area perpendicular to the flow direction and temperature difference between the wall surface temperature and fluid temperature. So mathematically, Newton's law of cooling is given as Q is directly proportional with A into Ts minus Tf. Q is equal to HA Ts minus Tf, where H is convective heat transfer coefficient. Unit of H is watt per meter square Kelvin. A is a heat transfer area which is perpendicular to the direction of heat transfer in meter square. Ts is a temperature of wall surface in Kelvin and Tf is a temperature of fluid in Kelvin. These are some typical values of the convective heat transfer for free convection, forced convection case. Stefan-Boltzmann law of radiation. Here, emissive power of black body, which emits heat energy in the form of radiation, is directly proportional to the fourth power of its absolute temperature. So Q is directly proportional to fourth power of temperature. Q is equal to sigma into A into T raised to 4. Here sigma is Stefan-Boltzmann constant. Its value is given as 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 in watt per meter square K raised to 4. Here A is a radiative area in meters square. So at the end of this session, you can explain heat, heat transfer rate, heat flux and laws of heat transfer. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.